were airborne for just a moment, and we were really up in the air. We were really up in the air.
Hello and welcome to another video with Maxwell's Virtual Aviation. Bet you thought it was going to be another Hercules video, didn't you? Well, we're in a very different aircraft today. This is the Got Friends Amphibious DC-3. Full disclaimer, I've crashed about 8 of these trying to make this video. But I finally got it figured out, and we're going to talk a little bit about how to get this thing into the air. It's remarkably similar on how to get the terrestrial version into the air. But we're on the Hudson. We're using the water airport pack that I mentioned in my last video. Throw a link to it below to be here on the Hudson. We have just finished one circuit. We're going to do another circuit. We're taking tourists around the island, of course. The flying won't be the best, I promise you. I'm still learning how to be a DC-3 pilot in this version of Flight Simulator, even though I've spent, I don't want to talk about how many hours in other versions of this simulator in the Douglas DC-3. This is a different beast altogether. So, this is primarily going to be a basics. Our bar today is to not die. I think that's a pretty good bar. Yeah. So, Got Friends, they've released the 40th anniversary expansion pack. This is one of those things. This is the bare metal. We are going to take it around the island of Manhattan. So, let's do that real quick, shall we? Again, we're not looking for flying perfection, any sort of things. We're going to get the airplane in the air. We're going to get it back on the water in one piece. What a pretty airplane. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to close our rear cargo door there. Mixtures, auto rich, full pitch on throttle, or on the propellers. We're going to crack that right-hand throttle. Batteries can come on. Avionics can come on. One thing I have already done, because I was just flying, make sure your fuel is set to your tanks, main tank, right main, right side, left tank, left main, left side. You'll notice that my cowl flaps are already in trail. I just landed. Again, just trying to figure this out. This is very new in my flying of this particular aircraft. So let's get started. Water rudders already down. I'm going to double check that though. Yes, they are. Water rudders are down. Your water rudders are up here where your ground power was. So we are going to start our right engine first. Booster pump can go ahead and come on. We're going to energize the right side. Magnetos are already on from my last flight. Listen to that spool up. We're going to mesh. And prime. And there's our start. I'm going to go hard. Let's see here. I'm going to go hard with the water rudders into that engine so that we don't drift as badly. Turn off that booster pump. There we go. We're going to prepare the left side to get started. Booster pump left side can go ahead and come on. Oh, come here. Go ahead and energize the left side. Listen to it spool up. We're going to go ahead and mesh. And booster on that side. Just playing with the rudder here, trying to... And we've got a good start on that side. Cool. Perfect. Stabilize the... Turn that off. Now, I understand that there's a whole lot that goes into flying a DC-3. We're not going to do all of it today. Simply because that's not the point of this video. I just wanted to do a quick video of me flying this particular aircraft. So, all of our lights can come on. Inverter, go ahead, come on. This is the reason that I have the HUD up today, by the way, is to show some of the things I noticed in learning that hopefully you won't have to. For starters, you need 2 notches of nose down trim on your HUD. That's negative 17 degrees trim. So we'll do that right now. Negative 17 degrees. People are talking about the pitch of this aircraft. The reason is that it's realistic. There's an entire rant on realism and what people expect in a simulator. That may or may not be this video. I don't think it is. We're just going to fly this. But you need to make sure you've got that 17 degrees trim. Secondly, here, let's pop outside real quick. On floats, you're already at the attitude you would be to fly. So don't think so much about pulling up as maintaining that attitude as you lift off the water. Hopefully I'll show you what I mean here. All right, we've got engines running, we've got lights, we've got the beautiful New York in the background. I'm going to actually do this from outside. Again, the reason that I have all this data here is this is how I figure out an aircraft. I look at it from the outside because that tells me a lot. In this case, I wanted to know when my floats were on step, what the aircraft was doing. I stalled this thing over and over again while I figured out what was going on. But I did that by being able to watch the behavior of the aircraft on the water in the air. Like I said, 8 or 9 times before we got to this point. This is only my 3rd proper takeoff, and I've only landed twice. So, again, you're getting to me super early in the flying of this aircraft. A little bit of water. All right, let's get out of here. So, here's what it looks like. Takeoff power. All right. Look at that spray. Here we go. As we approach 60 knots, I'm going to add a little bit of back pressure to get the nose of the floats out of the water. All right, and then once we're on step, we're going to start really increasing our speed. But what I don't want to do is maintain that. I want to actually relax the pressure just a little bit. All right, relax my pressure just a little bit. And at about, oh yeah, I want to put flaps down for takeoff too. And then I just want to ease it off the water. There we go. We're flying. And then I'm going to just trim nose down just a touch. And then flaps up. And flaps up. And we're away. Glance down here. Well, we're kind of at METO power right now. I will bring these props back just a touch. And there we go. I can't emphasize how much and how important that trim is. Water rudders can go ahead and come up. And we'll just go along the lower end of the island here. And that really all there is to getting off the water. You can make the checklist as complicated as you want, but if you're not trimmed appropriately, you will stall out and die. I know, because I've done it repeatedly. All right, we're gonna pick this up once I am on approach. We've got full pitch, Throttles are close to idle. Coming over the river here, watching out for all of the pleasure craft we have below us. Just gonna kind of land in the middle of the river here. Flaps are gonna go down one here in just a moment. And there's flaps 1. Again, I'm still learning how to land a DC-3 on wheels, never mind floats. So bear with me here. Remember, what's the goal? Not die. Crash detection is back on. So the goal is to not die. Alright, we're going to get flaps to 25 degrees. There we go. Watching our airspeed. Alright, the way ahead is clear. Start bringing our engines back. Glancing to the side to gauge how high we are above the water. It's a slightly different feeling than landing the Hercules, of course. Watching my airspeed. Also, I'm not trying to glance at my instruments right now. Still learning the aircraft. More flaps. And go to idle. And pull that nose up just a touch. Excellent. Flaps can go ahead and come up. And we'll just kind of get the water rudders down. A little bit of power. It does maneuver really well on the water. Really well on the water. And we'll get out of the shipping lane here. Idle cutoff. And a braking turn. Threw all our passengers into the side of the wall there, but... Well, there we go. That is pretty much all there is to flying the amphibious version of the Douglas DC-3. Again, not exhaustive, not the best. The flying was awful, but we didn't die. And that was the goal, and we did it. So, go ahead and head over to flightsim.to. I will also throw a link to this in the description. Hey, thanks for joining me for another adventure. I promise you there's more on the way. So, until next time, keep your floats out of the water. Well, unless you're in a float plane, then keep your floats in the water. Yeah, anyway, see you next time.